are here, Queen Nzinga. I'm gonna say it that way. And
she's blessing us with her presence.
Like, she is one of the pillars of our town. If you know her history, I really shouldn't have to say too much, but I saw her at the jazz festival, and I wouldn't be right if I didn't say, could you please come talk to us about all that you feel about the festival. So first, have you been coming to the festival since day one?
Pretty much, because when I grew up here on the east side, you know, I only lived about like 4 or 5 blocks away, so I remember coming here as a child. Yeah. This is our community. This is our thing. Because actually, he lives on his house was on Poplar Street, and I live on Sherman Street, so just right around the corner.
Oh wow.
Where Clifford Brown's house is.
Can you give us like some of the history? Because we talk about it a lot on our show, the history of Eastside and jazz specifically. Can you kind of educate the people a little bit about that? Well, I know that's a huge question,
but what I do know is, in growing up, that there used to be a place called the Baby Grand, the original Baby Grand. So I lived right around the corner from that. And my father was a bartender there during some part of my childhood. And so I remember like just sneaking, having to stay on the corner, but seeing all these beautiful cars pulling up, beautiful people coming out. I mean, a lot of artists came through there. You know, I guess like I'm thinking some of the names. I can't think of the names, but back in the day, a lot of artists came through there, and so that was the place to come to the Baby Grand. And so then from that, then you come up here, and so Clifford Brown lived right down the street. He lived between 10th and 11th on Poplar Street. And like I said, I live on Sherman Street. So just in our neighborhood, we had our own little town over there. We had our own doctor, we had our own dentist, our own pharmacist, our own, like a little ice cream shop down there. We had a meat shop. So there were several places that on the east side. The history of the east side is very, very powerful. And it needs to be, I guess some of it is being reserved. There was a book somebody put out recently, and she did a pretty good job with the book. My family's in there. But on the east side, we had a whole, community there where we support each other. I got doctors. The doctor would come to your house, to see and stuff like that. But yeah, we had a dentist, a doctor, and several different, genres that we needed, in order for us to survive and stuff. And then we went in and out of other people's houses, like my mom was the one who did hair, another lady used to bake the cakes, no one else used to, do different stuff for the kids and that kind of stuff for the community. And we have one of the gentlemen, he used to do this contest with us, like bolo bats, jacks, marbles, all that kind of little fun stuff, So I want the people to be able to stop thinking that the old ways are not good, those old folks. No, but those ways are good, and we were prospering much better than we're prospering right now. So I encourage people to really just go back, talk to the grandmother, and go back and do the old things, because the things that we get now, it's just not good for us. Food's not good for us, the education's not good. I mean, that kind of stuff, So back in the day when we were doing for stuff, we were sharing and we was helping out each other. So that's what we in my opinion, we need to get back to. And I'm glad that they continue to hold on to the Clifford Brown Festival. Like I said, he lived right around the corner from me. They got to continue this on, because this is part of our culture. And this is, Wilmington, Delaware is, the cultural, it's a hub, what do you call it? A hub? A hub, for culture, you know what I'm saying? So there's so much entertainment here, because, I grew up, going to Christina, my kids went to Christina, all that. I was the first person to teach African dance at Christina. This is when it was down on 7th Street, down on 7th and Spruce. Yeah, a long time ago, yeah. So now there's no African dance at Christina Cultural Arts Center. Like, what the hell? I mean, I'm just saying, but we gotta just forget about somebody else's idea. If I can expand on this, it's about the festival, but which is our culture and stuff. But more importantly is that we have to think about our old ways, and we have to go back and learn about who we were, and stop, living somebody else's dream. We all have dreams, and as far as you're an artist, you're an artist. The things that you do, it may not be popular, it may not be what everybody's doing, but you found this talent within you, and then you're using that talent. And that's what all of us have, some talent. And we have to kind of get back to that, use the old ways, and stop following somebody else's ideas. I mean, this ain't about, I'm not trying to be...
No, that's exactly what I want from you.
So it's more than us just coming down here, but I love being here, because I see so many people that I knew I grew up with. But sometimes you see some people doing the same thing you saw them, doing 10 years ago. Some people you're really happy to see. But we have got to stop, okay, this is cute, everybody dressed up or whatever, But no, let's kind of we all know we're going to be together around this time. Let's think about putting some meetings together so we can talk about some education, we can talk about community, we can talk about doing some gardening. That's what I say, you know.
I mean, what better way to bring people together than through music?
Yes.
Number one.
Oh, yeah, well, you know, music is a healing.
Yeah.
You know, music's a healer too, so it's good. You know, it's good to be able to come to this jazz. I'm going to just sit down and relax and just, you know, we can all like kind of kick back. And then, like I said, it's important to see people you haven't seen in a long time, fellowship and, you know, that type of thing. But also, there's more important things that we need to be thinking about too in our community. So that's
yeah.
Thank you for putting me over here.
No, like we've talked so much for a million different reasons about Eastside.
Okay.
And I can't help but think that with all the craziness that's going on there right now, that most of those kids have no idea that they're on like hallowed ground, like sacred ground, where the you know, best, the absolute best of blackness has lived there. And you know that way more than me.
Yeah.
But I can't help but thinking that letting them know like this is what it, you know, should be, and you are a part of that. You're directly connected to it is important, you know.
Yeah. So we gotta just, you know, enjoy ourselves, but don't forget, you know, let's not forget, you know, you know.
From whence we came.
Yes. And go back and doing that, because you know the East Side is about to be gentrified. You know, a lot of the people who lived in the East Side, you know, the idea, again, like with Paul Samousa's idea, the idea was, you know, to get a job, you know, and then, you know, go to college and then go and move out of the city. You know, and then thus, this is what we have. People left their homes, people, you know, foreclosure, or people, you know, the parents died, the family didn't go back and, you know, and catch the house, or, you know, different stuff like that. So now you got all this abandoned stuff in our community. You know, then they say this is our community. No, we didn't, it's not what we wanted. This is what has happened based on, because following this idea of somebody else, this is what happens, which is, you know, all intentional in my opinion. And so right now, you know, there's a lot of people who are coming down and buying the old houses, you know, they don't look like me and they don't look like us. You know, it's going to be a whole different thing, and I'm going to be so disgusted, you know. But I can say I bought my mother's house. The house I grew up in on the East Side, I purchased it.
Oh, wow.
That's a big deal.
So I'm holding on. This is our family house. And so, you know, even when the community change, whatever it is, you know, it's going to be what it's going to be, but I'm still going to hold on to our piece of the pie, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, but it's good to be able to see you guys, and I hear good things about you guys and your what you're doing and so forth.
We're trying to grow up and be like you. That's all.
We're making her proud.
You know?
Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Definitely.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
For letting me pick you out and you enjoying yourself. So, thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, Ray.